the office or unnoticed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what she's crazy.
Doesn't it look low?
I didn't see anything yet.
Nice to see you.
Hey, we gotta get together.
Oh yeah, because two I killed.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put something on the schedule. Once or twice a month.
My hard lines look one, my chakrams look good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, you don't think those low? Yes. Doesn't look a little low?
No, I mean, it's good. They have to boost it a little. They have plenty of room to do it. As long as you're not getting this. Hey, Liz. Sorry. Hey, it's Craig. I'm going to come up. Yeah, we can try. Huh? Yeah, I've got mine. Okay, so I'm dead.
No.
Look at you in your dress blacks there. Looking sharp.
For the occasion.
Very sharp.
Yeah. We could have got it. How was yours?
Is this yours?
Yes.
Okay. Just heads up, we're going to be shooting kind of right
Absolutely.
through you. Cool. Thanks, boss.
It's a big box.
Yeah. Everything's
Yeah, it's You see how Sarge deals with the rotation here.
the only reason why I'm
Mayor William Clark just walked in.
That's what I was
This is bigger than last time. Right behind the mayor's our city manager. No, I was out right here on the white cable. So the mayor's here. The seniors is here.
I already had
Sergeant Holsworth's trying to get this thing rotated. You gotta take it out. You gotta take your whole phone out. And you gotta rotate it, Sarge. Okay. Just the documentary guy here, he's got to get the faces. ABC is going to cut a little documentary about this thing. I can already see it happening.
Yeah, I got it. Just so you know.
Did you?
I know you're giving me a hard time, but I got it.
Took you a minute, but you got it. These kids here. There's blood on the streets. There's the city council room. There's a nice little hole for city council room. Got that on the table.
We got the phone silent?
Thank you for forwarding. Oh, you're not the person I thought. Couch was in there 2 seconds ago.
You have your mic on, right? Yeah. I just wanted to double check.
That's good. That's good. Mine is.
So just to my left is an ABC camera. They're shooting real close-ups and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's for the documentary.
Yeah, I'm just gonna delete those.
No. How about Jen? Yeah, the other side of the room.
This seat's open. Is it? Yes,
I think it's safe for you.
Kidding? Am I in the way? Should I get over here?
That's so distracting. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. 41? What are you guys? Do you want me to go give you one real quick?
Good morning, my name is Miles Dion. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Woodland Park. With me this morning are District Attorney Dan May with the 4th Judicial District. I have Teller County Sheriff Jason Mikesell with me, Colorado Bureau of Investigations Director John Camper, and FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge Mike Norwell. We're holding this morning's news conference to update you on recent developments in this case. Today we arrested Patrick Frazee on charges of first-degree murder of Kelsey Berreth, and he is currently being held in the Teller County Jail. As a reminder, Patrick Frazee is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Patrick Frazee was taken into custody this morning in Florissant, Colorado, just after 7 o'clock this morning, Mountain Standard Time, by members of the multi-jurisdictional task force, including the Teller County Sheriff's Office and the FBI. Patrick was taken to the Teller County Jail, where he'll be held. His mugshot will be sent to the media following the news conference through the media distribution list. Kelsey's daughter, Kaylee, is in protective custody and will be reunited with Kelsey's family. I cannot stress enough that this is a difficult time for Kelsey's family. They are not providing interviews, period. Please respect the family's request. This has been a methodical and time-consuming multi-state operation, with investigators working nearly around the clock to find Kelsey. While we have not found Kelsey at this time, information has been developed that is helping to narrow down our search. As you can tell from the arrest, sadly, we do not believe Kelsey is still alive. Our work is just beginning. We will be seeing a great deal of law enforcement activity in our community in the coming days and even weeks as we continue our relentless pursuit of justice for Kelsey and her family. As stated previously, this case has involved highly technical work involving cell phone records and other data that has led to today's arrest. We have also conducted multiple searches of Kelsey's home and other locations as part of this comprehensive investigation. I can tell you we understand you demand a full accounting of why this has happened, and nothing is more important to all of us than determining the circumstances surrounding Kelsey's murder and bringing Kelsey and her family justice. Kelsey's murder underscores why we work together as a law enforcement community when tragedies like this occur. We hope something like this never happens, but this is exactly why we work with our law enforcement partners to solve violent crimes within our community. The safety of our community and our citizens is the top priority for all of us standing up here. And nothing is more important than our community's well-being. I'd like to take a moment to extend my thanks to our community for your unwavering support in this difficult time. On behalf of the Woodland Park Police Department and all the investigators and staff involved in this investigation, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and to the friends of Kelsey Berreth. We will continue to work closely with the 4th Judicial District, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, as we continue to work to the conclusion of this investigation. I'd now like to turn things over to District Attorney Dan May for a brief statement.
Patrick Frazee was charged this morning with first-degree murder and solicitation for first-degree murder. That is what he was booked in on. Those who may be familiar with the process, formal charges will be filed in the days ahead. We anticipate the next procedure by the court will be an arraignment. We do not know the date of that yet. We were told earlier today it would be 1:30 this afternoon. As we drove over here, we were told it would be 10:30 this morning. As I was standing in the back, we were told it would be sometime next week. When we know that, we will pass that on to you, and the court has decided when the arraignment will be. That is not a time for filing of formal charges. I've told you what he's been booked in on. It is our office's discretion to file formal charges and any charges we see that are appropriate. The system here in Teller County is that we do that in about 10 days. And so at that point, you will see the formal charges. They will be given out to the public and to the press, so you'll be able to see them yourselves. And I anticipate again about 10 days, but again, the court will set a second date for the filing of charges, and we have not heard yet from the court when that will be. As the chief said, the case at this point transfers from the police department over to the district attorney's office. We will be the point of contact from this point on, and we will be the lead agency from this point on. So if the press has any contacts they want to make, Lee Richards is my PIO. She's standing at the wall over there. She'll be the one that you should contact here as we go forward. She will keep you informed of all court dates. She'll do that by Facebook and Twitter, and so you'll be able to have those contacts. The family, if you want to contact them, that will be through our office. If you wish to contact them, address that to Lee Richards. I know right now they do not want to be contacted, and they've asked that we set up that formal procedure. I can tell you we are not going to try this case in the press. That's not something we do here, and I don't anticipate doing that, but we will inform you of all the court dates and anything that's in the public record going forward. I do want to acknowledge that we have put together a task force here. This task force is not in. The collaboration and the work is still going forward. I anticipate that collaboration will be going forward for some weeks yet to come. I know that many in the press have asked to see affidavits. Those affidavits have been sealed by the court. I anticipate that those affidavits will remain sealed until other investigative leads can be followed up on. I anticipate they'll take some weeks to follow up on all the investigative leads that all the agencies need to do in this case. So I anticipate it'll be probably up to 30 days before the court may address whether records may be unsealed at this point. Certainly at that point, the defense may have an opinion of whether they should be unsealed at all. I can tell you my office's position is we are not going to unseal records if it'll put the investigation itself in peril. And that is the status right now, that there are a lot of investigative leads that still need to be done. Once the investigators tell us it will not affect their investigation, we will not have an objection to opening up those affidavits to the public and to the press. But I can't speak for what the defense may do or what the judge ultimately will do in this case. But I know that that's a question that's been in there, and I wanted to cover that. I got to tell you, the efforts by the multi-task force here has been phenomenal. As I said at the previous press conference, when a small community like this gets to something like this, it's important to have those contacts beforehand and have people who come in and step forward. The FBI has done a tremendous job. I think they've had 20, 30 agents at least, not only here but across multi-states in terms of the investigation they're doing here. I've gotten to know John Cronin a lot better than I ever thought I would. along with Andrew Cohen, who are both here today. They're doing amazing work up here, and it's amazing the technical expertise that they can bring that local agencies just don't have. I know they covered a Bureau of Investigation. I heard reporting on the news today that they are still at Kelsey's house processing things. It's not news to say that yes, they are at that house, and they are still processing things, and they've been working very diligently. I'm going to introduce here Jason Michael with the Sheriff's Office, because Jason Michael's people were also very active in this. So it really has been a collaboration. Our office has been very involved with investigators and legal assistance throughout, certainly with the search warrants, and so it is something that really takes a task force to be able to do all this. Again, I do anticipate that it's going to be going for some time. I'll let you know that. With that, I'll introduce Jason.
Thank you. First and foremost, I just want to say our deepest sympathy for Kelsey Berreth's family and all those affected in our community. We've talked a lot about the joint investigation and the status of that. And I'll tell you, you have a lot of tired deputies and police officers who've done an amazing job, and agents, they didn't stop. And I think that's important for our community to know. One of the strong points of our community is the support that we receive from them. And also the thing that we know in Teller County is that we're a family here in this county, in this community. And you all have banded with us, and we have stood shoulder to shoulder with you and back to back. And I just want you to know that that strength is what really pushes our deputies and officers and agents in our community to really push forward. And they've done an amazing job. They've worked tirelessly 24 hours a day, and they just have not stopped till they got the job done. So this investigation is ongoing. It's not going to stop, and it does deeply affect our community. And just know that we're here to support you as well. And I just thank you all for everything that you've done for us in the community. I do want to introduce Agent Mike Nordwell, a great partner to us, and we really appreciate all that he's done. If you have any questions for us, we're going to direct everything to the Woodland Park Police Department. Our agency is assisted with this case, but they are the lead until it turns to the District Attorney's Office. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Mike Nordwall. I'm a special agent in charge, an assistant special agent in charge with our Denver division. Woodland Park Police Department initially contacted our Colorado Springs office shortly after Kelsey disappeared. In the last 3 weeks, we've assisted Woodland Park PD with the investigation and provided a variety of investigative resources to their department. The FBI would like to thank the Woodland Park Police Department, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, Teller County Sheriff's Office, for their collaboration and efforts as we've worked alongside with them to further this investigation. Over the past 3 weeks, the FBI has provided our evidence response team, expertise from our behavioral analysis unit, technical analysis, and investigative resources from multiple field divisions across several states. Woodland Park PD has been alongside us the whole way, along with our other state and local partners in pursuing these investigative leads. We've devoted agents solely to assist in this investigation, and we will continue to do so until the conclusion and those that are responsible for this horrific act are brought to justice. Thank you.
All right, at this time, we're going to go ahead and open up questions, and thank you so much for this. I appreciate that. We will start right here.
Chief, can you speak to the evidence that gets you to the murder charge at this point? What was collected from the house?
I'm not going to talk what specifically was collected from the house, but due to multiple interviews, we've come to a point as of last night that we were able to apply for the arrest warrant and it was signed off by the judge.
What would lead to the solicitation of murder charge?
We're still working on that charge. That has reached a point where we are able to charge that point, but I'm not able to comment on that because of multiple things that are going on related to that charge.
Can you explain the state statute behind it?
That would be better explained by our district attorney, but I'm not prepared to speak on that specifically.
And again, we're at a very fluid point of the investigation. We will go right here, Vicki.
So if there's a solicitation for a murder charge, would there be additional arrests?
So your question of is if there are additional arrests related to a solicitation charge, that's an absolute possibility, but I'm not going to guess on that at this moment.
Where do you think her body is at? What state?
part of what we're dealing with is how fluid this investigation is. I tried to do a press conference last night, but things have been changing hourly. At this point, I don't want to speculate what the problem is at this point.
Is Patrick's mother under any type of
We already
arrest?
had that, right here.
Do you have reason to believe that the crime, the actual murder, may have taken place in Berreth's townhome?
Investigators have recovered a number of items that is suspicious that the crime did occur at Kelsey's residence. And that's why we have been coming back to the residence as we get additional information that leads us to various locations.
Any views on a possible motive, a possible affair?
No leads at this time on if there's anyone else involved.
At this time, is there only one arrest at this point?
Thank you, good question. At this time, there is only one arrest. I don't know if there's going to be additional arrests in our future, but at this time, I can confirm that there has been one arrest.
We're gonna do two more questions.
This has been going on for several weeks now. What is the one thing that pushed this from investigating to an arrest?
We finally received enough information to implicate Patrick in his involvement in Kelsey's death, which we were able to present to a judge, and the judge was able to sign off on the first-degree murder charge.
You said multiple interviews. Was that a person that you were talking to, interviewing?
The last question in the back?
Early on in the investigation, the limited information was that there was a phone that pinged in Idaho. Is that still related to this case, or is there any explanation for that?
Thank you for your question on Kelsey's phone. Yes, her phone did end up in Idaho, and we're still working to recover that phone. And that's about all I can comment, but that phone information was accurate. Her phone did end up in Idaho, and we're working to try to recover that.
Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and conclude today. As was stated, the PIO will transition to Lee Richards with the 4th Judicial District, so if we can come to.
Can we have the attorney explain the solicitation statute?
It is a crime to solicit somebody to commit another crime. So we have a solicitation crime in our code. So it doesn't matter whether it's burglary, robbery, murder, if you're soliciting someone to help out in that crime. And you have to take a substantial step towards really completing that. So it isn't just a discussion. You've actually done something that shows the firmness of your actions. You don't necessarily have to complete it to have a solicitation charge, but you have to show firmness of what you intend to do.
Is it fair to say that?
Generic definition of what solicitation
Is
is.
it fair to say then that Patrick had somebody working with him?
Again, we'll be filing formal charges. At the time we file formal charges, which I anticipate will be in 10 days, I believe the charge of solicitation does require that we indicate that in there. Right now, the booking is just a simple booking, and you don't necessarily put many details in there.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up for now, and we'll provide a paper for the day.
Thank you for coming on.
You guys need a list of the speakers or spellings?
No, you're okay. I'm gonna get ready.
Anybody need a list of speakers?
I'm good.
They asked me to rotate it. Yeah. Yeah, they wanted it like this.
Did it work? Did it work?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. what happened, down at, Safeway? The dollar store.
No, I don't know. Today was my first day back. Was anything earlier this week? Yeah, I wasn't.
I haven't.